That's it, everybody. Welcome back to the Paper Balloon. I'm the Continue, and thank you guys for waiting for me to come back live. It is so good to actually see you guys here today. Did you guys eat well, rest well, have a good day at work? If not, I hope that today's stream will make your day a bit more brighter and better. But how is everyone doing today? There we go. Let me actually get this thing on. So yeah, there we go. But how is everyone doing today? Melanie, Emerald Marine, it's good to see you again. We can't hear you so well. What? Hold on a second. Am I that deaf again? Hold on a second. Golem, turn that volume to 10%. There you go. Is that much better? Is that much better? Can you guys finally hear me now? Okay, the music is overpowering your vocals. I think it should be a little bit better now this time around. Okay, yes, that's a little bit better. That's good, that's good. But anyways, it's nice to actually see you guys here today. Today, we actually got ourselves a little bit of a, I'm sure that you guys actually have noticed that we actually had, something a little bit different this time around. I'm sure today is going to be another day where we have ourselves another collab. So why don't we actually see who is here today, if you will. So let me actually add in an existing browser. So hold on a second. Okay. I wish I could say I was doing well, but I hope that I hope to get there sooner than later. Wednesday's probably going to best determine that. Oh, I'm so sorry. Really. I hope that you're gonna be okay. Okay, where is... There she is. There you are, and... Everybody, I want you to actually meet the people who are actually gonna be with us for today.
Howdy.
Hello there.
Hold on, let me get Steve real fast. There you are.
What?
There you go.
What do you mean get me?
Well, yeah, I finally got you guys here, if you will. It took me a bit of a while for me to get things here and situated, but yeah. What?
No, my partner was asking about the reactive.
I know. It is something I still need to find time. I think somewhere down next month at best, I'm gonna do a house of plushies where I get to reinvent some of the plushies that has long since in need of touching up of their designs. I'm gonna start off with the ones that are pre-existing in plushies and work my way to those who are from outside of my friend circle. Who knows? It depends on whether a GP grants a request to stop one blood sugar medication and try to do another. I hope he does, and that doesn't backfire and mess me up like it did last week. I hope it actually does get better for you, Marine. I'm honest.
Also, Breathe, you read through that real fast.
Well, yeah, I mean, who knows? There might be a chance chat might overlap the messages real fast, you know?
True, but...
Fair enough, I suppose.
How is your ear?
Anyway.
I don't know how to properly describe it, but my ear, I don't think it's getting anywhere better, you know? I think the infection is slowly coming back and it's a little bit strong. I'm considering going visiting the doctor tomorrow. It's why I took tomorrow a day off anyway. Not only so I could actually rest, but also to actually see the doctor myself and see what's going on with my ear and what needs to be done there. But enough of the a little bit enough of that. Today's the day we actually get to do something we haven't done in a while. We're gonna be having ourselves another collab where we get to well, back in TennoCon since last week, we actually got ourselves something new that they had announced, and today we're actually going to be discussing about that, shall we? So how about we actually go straight to
like
the
it.
podium? Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it was announced over the weekend. Like that caught everyone off guard.
I know, right?
It's cool though.
It is, because
mm-hmm.
no one. I mean, I had a feeling when people actually saw that announced in TanaCon, no one actually noticed that, which is a surprise, but it is a bit of a welcoming one. So why don't we actually go to the podium so we can actually talk about this, if you will?
Let's not keep people waiting.
Now, for those who are not in the initiative, back in TennoCon earlier this month, which they actually had went as far to actually talk about things to come and things to actually look forward to, and one of them is the latest collab that TennoCon has made, where they actually teamed up with Starfinder in order to release a new and upcoming module, a new and upcoming book called.
It's an adventure.
It's an adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think we have to. I know that there's some people here into the chat who are not known about this, but there are some people here who don't know what is Warframe, let alone Starfinder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, which one should we actually discuss first?
Yeah.
What is Starframe? What is Starfinder, and what is Warframe?
Let's see. Do you want to start with your primer first, Stida, or should I?
You're the other streamer here. I'm just the boy who's sitting on the tits. You go.
Fair enough. So, Starfinder. This one, some of you folks may not be familiar with, but you may be familiar with the sister system to that, which is Pathfinder.
Mm-hmm.
Pathfinder is a high fantasy role-playing game that is similar to, D&D, and even was born from D&D. That said, Starfinder is its sci-fi cousin, or not cousin, sister. I'm mixing up family lines here. Okay.
No, you're okay.
Descendant. Yeah, thank you. So Starfinder is the Pathfinder is Pathfinder's descendant, which it mostly came about because they were starting to fit too much sci-fi into Pathfinder, and they were like, you know what, let's just make a new system for that.
Mm-hmm.
So as such, Starfinder is Pathfinder of the far future, and not just simply Pathfinder in space. People get confused on this. It's like, it is not Spelljammer. It's like, it is not Pathfinder in space. It is Pathfinder of the far future.
So,
it is advanced technology. There is a massive difference of time scales between the two. It is the same universe, but different time period.
How different are we actually talking here?
Yeah. Okay, so if we are to compare it to what people erroneously compare it to, Spelljammer basically is like, hey, you got a seaworthy ship, stick a special seat on it, and it just goes out into space.
Mm-hmm.
Starfinder is, we have starships. We have faster than light travel. We have all manner of stuff. We've got a lot of technology and magic that has evolved alongside that. We have technomancers, we have mechanics, we have streamers. We have people powered by solar entities, like the sun or gravitational power, stuff like that.
And Starfinder
we have entire galactic civilization.
And Starfinder, and to also add things a little bit different, Starfinder and Pathfinder are very much different compared to D&D because, well, when it comes to, I think for an example, when it comes to D&D, multi-classing you have to require some level of sacrifices.
Yeah.
Whereas for Pathfinder, the system's a little bit different.
I think we're muddying the waters a little bit here.
Oh, sorry.
Safe to say that if you understand D&D, you understand 80% of Pathfinder, and soon, with the release of second edition Starfinder, you will know the same amount for Starfinder.
Hmm.
Because they're based off the same, roughly the same D20 system. But some changes in terminology were made because of the OGL incident some time ago. But
Yeah. I mean, ever since that happened, oh, a lot of people were actually heavily upset. I think that's a light way to putting that. When that actually happened, it wasn't until I learned that Paizo actually stepped up and say that they're actually going to make something work that doesn't require the OGL fiasco. Isn't that correct?
yeah, well, yeah, a little more than that. They went out of their way to create the what is it? Gosh, I forgot what the acronym stands for, but it's called the ORC license. And that is being held by actually a company of lawyers instead of any one company.
Oh.
Oh.
So it is out of the hands of even them in case, hey, you never know what the future might hold. They might go down the same route as Wizard of the Coast. Who knows? Well, more specifically Hasbro, but anyway.
D&D.
Starfinder.
I'm sorry, I was reading a chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mirror
D&D
Wolf.
really did fumble the bag.
Mirror Wolf, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, thank you.
Howdy.
Oh, Life Forcer just helped us. The Open RPG Creative License.
There we go.
There you
Yes.
go.
Thank you so much, Life Forcer.
Thank you so very much.
But yeah, to give a quick rundown of the lore of Starfinder, it is, as I said, the far future of the world, the universe of Pathfinder. And some things have happened. The big thing that has happened is an event simply known as the Gap. The Gap has made all sense of memory and history confusing. Like, people understand things happened, but the details of such eludes people.
Essentially, over the course of generations in history, some bits of history have been lost to time.
No. This was instant. It's hit everyone across the universe. Yes. There were gods that were missing or changed. There were people that woke up next to people they understood were, say, their wife, but could not understand how that happened. It hit everyone.
Wait.
The only ones that had any understanding of what was going on were the gods, and they have been pretty tight-lipped about what has happened. Now, some of the gods have been affected by this, though, and have been changed by, the effects of this. But universe had to get itself back together, in one way or another, and has been marching on. To say the least, one of the biggest things that have changed for mortals, especially in the Pact worlds, is that the world that you're familiar with in Pathfinder, Galarian itself, a cage for an entity that will devour the entire universe if left, if it ever got out, is gone.
Wait, what?
It is no longer in the solar system. There is no debris, no, almost nothing that would have been a part of it remains, except in its place, a single space station known as Absalom Station. And within it houses so many people, that houses a lot of, a repository of knowledge, though, again, history, even in books, is a little sketchy, because of the Gap. And more importantly, it houses the Starstone. The Starstone is a very important thing in both settings. The Starstone is a thing that has allowed mortals, it is one of the ways that allows mortals to ascend into godhood. It's not an easy feat, but it is a path to do so.
Huh.
But more importantly, no, go ahead.
Sorry. It sounds like this world was almost sucked into the void and entirely lost, with the exception of this one. I'm assuming is a massive station that's like the Citadel from Mass Effect or a Hive
is.
station in 40K.
It is certainly massive, but not enough to more or less take the place, like entirely take the place of a planet. Like it is.
Huh.
It is now the more important thing about the Starstone in Starfinder, however, it is it is a particular beacon, more specifically a drift beacon. To catch you up on that, the drift in Starfinder is their method of FTL. Now, it's not their only method. They have done some other stuff before, including just hopping into god domains and popping out elsewhere kind of deal. But the drift was something that was gifted to all species just as suddenly as like what happened to the gap, to say the least. And by the god Triune, and he dropped the information on creating drift engines to everyone, even species that were not capable of understanding the technology at the time. There are planets out there that have cave drawings of the schematics for drift engines for no reason. Well, for this reason particularly, but yeah.
That is asking for trouble.
I can't help but when I
the
hear
drift- yeah,
how the
go.
drift works, it kind of reminds me of something
Mhm.
similar to how the warp sort of works. Only this one is much less nightmare fuel inducing.
Yeah, no. Like, ultimately, the drift is in it of itself a transient plane of sorts, kind of like an in-between realm of existence, kind of like the astral plane in some ways. However, the major difference here is that the drift can only be accessed through technology. No matter what you do for magic, it will never access the drift.
Okay. And you said there was faster than light travel.
And-
Is this drift used in that?
Yeah, that is
or-
through. Yes, yes, it is in fact used for such, and it requires it basically allows you to go, again, faster than light. Time is a little bit variable through things, but what normally would take, again, like pretty much any faster than light travel, what normally would take, years, centuries, millennia, can be done in like months and weeks, kind of thing. That said, it is made all the much easier with drift beacons, which more or less help stake out places you've been and then kind of draw, a more precise line from A to B kind of deal. Now, the Starstone is by far the drift beacon to end all drift beacons in Starfinder. No matter, pretty much almost no matter where you are in the universe, you start to head towards this, Absalom Station in the Starstone. You arrive in there no more than a week.
Wait, really? That short
Yes,
amount
it
of
is
time?
that potent. It is that important. Yes.
So you're saying you could be in the slowest ship possible and the far edge of the star system. You set coordinates to this thing, and you are there within a week, no questions asked.
Yes. And this is what has made Absalom Station very important and also a big big hub of trade. Bleh.
Okay.
There are other things, of course. There is the Vesk Empire, with the Veskarium, basically. They've been around for a while. There are even hints of them having been around during Pathfinder as well. Like there are some of their ruins of their attempts at colonizing Galarian in the past. They didn't go well. They kind of camped out next to some kaiju. It's a whole thing. We move on from that. You can join my channel if you want to understand that stuff.
And which is absolutely fair. Which I'm actually gonna be doing that right now as we speak, so that way, those who want to go see Runia's channel, there you go.
Hey, we're gonna be
No, Fornea.
Why?
No. Fornea is talking about a character that you meet in one of the adventures, simply known as Mr. Fly, and it turns out he's Amigo. Yes, from Cthulhu mythos. Yes, Cthulhu exists in both Pathfinder and Starfinder, as well as
what?
all the elder and older gods. Yep. All that stuff
Considering
exists.
what else is in the star systems, that's not that surprising.
Also, Earth exists. We're not getting into that. Please, Liz, not get into that. That
You
was
know
the
what?
thing that we can
Absolute-
discuss again on my channel.
You know what? Absolutely fair. I mean, you know what? No, I was gonna make some sort of a topic that says that also explains that D&D in a sense also has Earth, but that's also another topic for another day, ish.
I mean, D&D, I feel treats Earth as another dimension rather than existing as part of the universe. Like you couldn't just hop into a starship and go from Toril to Earth kind of deal. It's complicated. D&D doesn't really do space that much.
I mean, they're kind of trying when it comes to Spelljammer. You gotta give them some little bit of credit. You gotta give them a morsel of credit.
Yeah, the whole crystal sphere. Yeah, the whole crystal spheres thing is bobbing around in phlogiston, vapors. Kind of. Yeah, it's a whole thing. They try.
TLDR, Earth is canon to Pathfinder because adventurers fought the Nazis in World War II for a bit. Ha!
Now, I'm hoping that they do World War II. They did do World War One, or more specifically, they fought against Rasputin.
Okay, I have more questions than answers!
And Anastasia is now queen of a nation in Galarian. It's a thing. They also brought Tesla's technology back with them. It's a thing.
That is
There's going to be
beautiful.
a train being made because of Anastasia. It's a thing. Tesla technology is being used to fight undead. It's a thing.
The fact that what I know about history when it comes to Rasputin, that is incredible.
Suddenly I want to watch Anastasia now, but that's another day for me to fulfill.
Yeah. We're getting a little sidetracked. Like,
I mean,
needless to say that. More interestingly, we don't know anything about Earth in Starfinder as is, and to be fair, there's a lot to think on in Starfinder already. There are plenty of other planets and stuff to deal with, but it's there. It's most certainly there. So yeah, there's a lot going on. As of second edition, one of the there's another event that happened with one of the other planets within the system that contains Galarian, or did contain Galarian, which it turned out to be an Elder God egg. A fight happened over it because some entity was trying to siphon its, the life force of this yet to be birthed deity as, fuel for themselves. Was eventually beaten back long enough for this thing to be born. Two deities tried to, a deity tried to aid it, got beaten down. Her brother showed up to aid her because don't fuck with my sister, even though, I am now the god of pain, torture, and basically a god of Cenobites. Gets beaten down. They DBZ fusion dance together to create a new god, and then managed to fight him off and allow this whole thing to happen. It's a mess, but it did shake up a lot of stuff because that was it's a psychic scream, probably second only to the Slaanesh nonsense that goes on with Warhammer. Anyway.
I mean, to be fair, I kind of did sort of explain how Slaanesh is kind of made, so yeah, this is fine. This is okay. It's just that there's so much I have yet.
It's a mess.
Not just it's just
a
that Starfinder is both intriguing and a little bit confusing so far, but leaning a little bit more towards the former.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, there's the Vescarium, which involves basically giant lizard people that basically work like Klingons almost. You could probably see him in the forefront there behind the Starfinder thing. They are pretty
right here?
confrontational, but I have no idea.
It's the one that looks like he's got giant. Looks almost like a reptilian space marine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They are big. They are very big. With that said, the only reason that they haven't been you know, going out of their way to perform a full-scale war with the, excuse me, Pact Worlds, which are basically entities that, got together uh, and more or less dependent on the Absalom Station, the Starstone for trade and commerce and whatnot, is the fact that, well, they did start off a war, but it was interrupted when an entity known as the Swarm came into in between the two of them, and they were like, okay, no, hold on, let's stop, let's focus on this, and just chill for a bit to make sure this is done with.
Huh.
So yeah, there is that. And the Swarm, it's kind of the whole Tyranid Zerg thing, but a lot more insectoid in nature. One of the races one of the species you can play as in Starfinder is insectoid type people that are an offshoot of the Swarm themselves, and were pretty much the ones that showed up early to be like, hey, don't mean to alarm any of you, but that is coming.
Just
So yeah, there is that. Oh yeah, also in first edition there was a moment towards, leading up to second edition, that there was a major event that happened, the Drift Crisis, where the drift travel stopped working. Like, people were just shunted out of it or trapped in it, like, at random, and then nobody could do anything about it until, well, at least normally anyway.
Has there ever
So
been campaigns
that was fun.
Has there ever been campaigns
Yeah.
or storylines that take place during this moment of the game? I mean, moment of of the
Oh yeah.
sounds almost like
There.
Warhammer's Age of Strife, when Slanesh was born and warp travel
Pretty
was just
much. No, it was way before that. It's the whole god thing was part of the playtest for Starfinder 2e.
Hmm.
It's called, if you want to find out what it is, it's the Cosmic Birthday. Either way,
cosmic birthday.
yeah, like, there is a lot of crazy stuff. Sorry, absurd stuff happening within Starfinder.
Fair.
Now that I've gotten that very messy primer out of the way, Stida, Warframe, please, as little spoilers as possible.
I will.
What
do
is
my
Warframe
best.
about?
You essentially imagine a galaxy just completely in strife. You have the Grineer, highly militant clones trying to seize control of the Sol system. The problem is that due to bad gene molds, they are literally rotten the moment they are created. So you get these hyper aggressive, psychotic troopers or going around stomping around all over the system just trying to wreck shit. At the same time, you have the Corpus, interstellar hyper capitalists who literally worship the concept of profit.
Oh, Life Forcer, thank you so much for the follow.
Thank you. But yeah, they are literally just worship profit as a concept and want nothing more than to get big stinking rich, and are willing to backstab anyone or exploit anyone in order to do that. You then got the Infested, which are essentially the Flood from Halo, absorbing biomass and intelligence and just wrecking all kinds of havoc. In the middle of all this, there's you, a being that called a Warframe, who is an old weapon from the old war that just woke up, and seeing that shit's fucked, it's become your job to try and fix it, or at least stem the tide.
when you
Then
start
and trauma happens all the while.
now, when you start off with the game of War, to make things also help explain a little bit more to chat, Warframe is a free-to-play MMORPG RPG game where it really does sell in the point home about ninjas in space. When you start off in the game of Warframe, you are given
Magic.
that too. You're given three options when it comes to playing the game. You either gonna start off as Excalibur, the face of Warframe, who's known for being the swordsman of the game. Is this correct, sweetheart?
Yes, if you can choose to build these frames however you choose. In Excalibur's case, he is very much a jack of all trades. He's good in pretty much any situation so long as you know how to play him. The thing is, you can build him for crowd control. You can build him for solely melee. You can make him into a slash-dash machine, just making people's guts spill out of their corpses before they even realize they're corpses, and just do that all the time. You then have Mag, who is essentially Magneto, but hotter.
Mag's gimmick is, the single word description for Mag is, magnetism. She is one of the first female frames you can potentially play, where eventually you will encounter more frames you can get. And then lastly of the three is Volt. Single word description is electricity, where he is where you could actually use DPS, and he is also where you could actually have for a quick speed boost, as well as dealing shock damage to the party. Dealing shock damage to the group. So, of these three choices, they will be your starting Warframe until you go further out into the universe and gather your components to create more Warframes, depending on what blueprint and where you can actually get them. Now, Warframe has been out since over 12 years now. And this game is the gift that keeps on giving, as more Warframes, more weapons, and especially more lore has been coming out ever since.
Yeah. And while this is a minor spoiler, it is necessary to essentially understand the design philosophy. There is a concept within Warframe called eternalism. You don't need to know the details of it. All you need to know is that essentially anything can happen anywhere, but it can't all happen at once. There are different branches. There are different areas where it happens. For example, you make one choice, you go through the standard progression of time within Warframe. Or if you choose to go down a different branch, you get what you see in the most recent dev stream at TennoCon, where you go down an entirely separate route. The thing is, due to eternalism, it can all happen at once, just not in the same spot.
Now, there's this thing that has been happening as of late when it comes to Warframe. Yes, Wild? Let's see. So, multiverse theory, basically.
More or less.
More or less. That is what Steve and I kind of got when we've reached to a significant point when it comes to a Warframe called The New War. And boy howdy, I'm sure that there are people here in the chat who actually saw me in my adventures in Warframe. I am actually going to release a playlist right now for those who actually... for those who are not in the initiative, I have a playlist. In fact, I have a VOD channel where I place all of my previous VODs from that said game, where my previous VODs that I recorded in Twitch are re-uploaded there into my YouTube, because Twitch has this lovely thing where it sticks around for a little while before it disappears into the void. Anyway, I have a playlist all dedicated to my playthrough when it comes to Warframe. For those who are actually wanted to know what that is, well, there you go. You can actually see it from my time that is down there. But there is a significant point in Warframe where you actually will encounter people from the year of 1999. And that is where this collaboration and this is where it kind of leads down to this collab, because Paizo has released about the new collab with Warframe, if you will.
Which is a bloody fucking surprise, but a pleasant one.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, look, I'll admit there were some signs of this on the horizon as it was. Namely, the fact that the people who are working on Starfinder, the team on that, started streaming Warframe on the Paizo channel with while having, what is it called? Their own VTubers that are the iconics of each class.
Really?
From Starfinder. Yeah.
This happened?
I didn't think much about it. I do not think much about
those
it.
are still around, or
Because I'm thinking of, what is it? Zoran the Bear being one of the members as well, already a VTuber to begin with. I was like,
oh, that's right.
You
He does
know
work
what?
for them, doesn't
Probably
he?
Yeah, I was like, you know what? That and Thurston Hillman as well, and they do stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? I think Thurston Hillman. Either case, they've done stuff with them. And I was thinking to myself, gosh, maybe they're just, being an influence on the Paizo team, and just they decided to do something with that. And it's like, nope. This was announced on the Warframe channel that this was happening, and I was like, oh my god. Oh, sweet barley brew.
Wait a minute, I just realized something. Did this take place back in TennoCon last week?
This weekend.
That's what, because that's when TennoCon was released.
Right.
And
it was during TennoCon that they announced this.
Holy, and so we are
this
going
past weekend did that. Yeah.
And so we are going to look over these articles that is dedicated to this upcoming collab between Starfinder and Warframe.
Now, what we have currently is this splash thing that is part of Paizo's website.
For now, because
we'll warn folks. Yeah, go ahead.
Because as you can actually see from this dialogue right here, it's going to be released in October. So that's gonna give us more time to actually just wait, and when it finally comes out, maybe we can actually make a round 2 of this collab where we actually go through the said book.
Shoot, I'll run it.
So let's actually.
But yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, and I will warn people, the Paizo website is a little outdated, but very recently they said, yeah, we are making strides on making a new website.
You gotta give credit to them.
So.
Warframe,
you have new quests in your codex, as I can hear Space Mommy actually hearing that.
Space Mommy. Not Space Mom, Space Mommy.
Sorry, but the point still stays. I'm sorry, but the point is nailed home.
Oh, it do.
The exciting universe of Warframe makes its way into Starfinder's 2nd Edition rules engine. Paizo is ecstatic to collaborate with Digital Extremes, the acclaimed creators of the blockbuster third-person action shooter Warframe, to unveil Operation Aureus. Operation Aureus is a complete Starfinder 2nd Edition adventure that seamlessly blends the in-depth tactical science fantasy gameplay of Starfinder with Warframe's immersive action-packed setting. Become a powerful Tenno and face against the iconic Warframe adversaries such as the Corpus and Grenier, bringing the intense action of Warframe straight to your tabletop experience. Like, shit, this thing is worth
Yeah.
$10?
You're gonna stop. Yeah. Well, $9 really, but yeah. So here's the thing, though. Like, some of you might have already noticed a few things. The cover shows the proto frames, and yet we are fighting the Corpus and Grenier, which I understand is not normally what happens with these folks. Like,
No, not at all. The proto frames, for those who are actually following me along when it comes to my play with Warframe, they actually existed in the time period of 1999.
Now, this will be explained in other articles, but in general, it should be noted first and foremost. No, this does not mean the universe of Warframe is in Starfinder. They are simply using the Starfinder engine to help create this adventure. On top of that, it is proto frames. It's not going to be full rules or Warframes and whatnot. Just enough stuff to actually emulate the stuff you can do at least as proto frames. That said, if this is popular enough, there might be more in the future. There might be a full thing of ancestries and other such books. But ultimately, this is a standalone adventure, separate from Starfinder itself.
But it is one that fellow Warframe players, me and Steve more likely, who are also in tune of TTRPGs, they're very much looking forward to this. And it looks like we're going to be hitting our ad break in a moment, guys.
Yep. I'm just looking forward to see how exactly they chose to build these guys. Like class-wise and such.
Yeah, they do in fact have they are putting pre-mades with this adventure. That's the other important thing. However, since ads are coming up, why don't you talk about this whole Donathon goal thing for a bit?
Of course. Now, for those who are definitely not in the initiative, we have actually hit a couple of goals since last time we've had our Donathon. Hold on a second. I just need to grab my Clip Studio Paint real fast, because it's the fastest way for me to actually open up said Donathon, if you will. Okay, hold your horses, we're doing this okay. And we're in ad break, but those who are actually not in the know, but for those who are actually here, and who are devoted to my subs, thank you for at least subbing to me once again. But yes, we are currently here in our we are currently going through my week 3 when it comes to my Donathon, and we have hit 2 goals since last week. And the said goals that we have accomplished so far is the left-handed drawing stream, which is going to be a field day for everyone to see, and chat creates a character. We are still 500. We have still have yet to unleash our previous other. We have still have yet to go through other goals, such as $250. Nui plays Undertale. $300. Golem is going to be added into the Twitch integrated. It is going to be added to the Twitch integrated system. Wait a minute, I just realized something. Hold on a second. I just realized something. Chat is not seeing my browser. Okay. There we go. For those who are actually not in the initiative, there we go. I fixed it. For those who are not in the initiative, we are still working through our Donathon goal as we speak, but and so far we have yet to reach our next goals, which is $250. Nui plays Undertale. $300. I'm gonna add Golem as a text-to-speech device to my streams. $400 is where Chad gets to make me play a horror game. $500 is a new outfit for Nui. $750 is a cringe fiction double feature, which features Diesel and Incarnate. $800 is a not safe for work art raffle, if you will. $900. Chat gets to suggest a bad fanfic for me to read for cringe fiction. And $1,000 will be reading the first book of Twilight for the live stream. If we have and there's only 2 stretch goals so far, which is a $1,200 one, a PNG tuber avatar raffle, and $1,300 is to read Midnight Sun in the live stream. But yeah, so far we have actually completed 6 goals, and I just want to say thank you all again for helping me reach this far. And now that our ad break is over, it's finally time for us to return back to our regularly scheduled program.
Mm-hmm.
Hey? So, like, the other articles that talk about this, like, definitely is the stuff that would give us more information about what's going on.
And so we're gonna go open that up. I had to press F11 so that way we can have a wider view to read all this. And so we're gonna actually read this thing right after I wet my whistle.
Fair enough.
All right, yes, we have ourselves first the blog from Paizo themselves. Would you like me to read this, or do you got this?
We can actually take turns, like what we did last time back when it comes to Changeling the Dreaming.
All right, sounds good to me.
You could have pressed Alt F4. No.
Bio.
Starfinder and Warframe. Hey there, Starfinders! You might have heard elsewhere, but we got exciting news for you. Paizo is proud to work with Digital Extremes to create a Warframe-themed Starfinder adventure, Operation Aureus, coming in October 2025. You would take this one.
Okay. In this adventure, you play as 4 proto-frames sent to rescue a spy from a Corpus facility in Aureus, whatever. Operation Aureus is a taste of the Warframe setting using the Starfinder 2nd Edition rules, designed to play with friends around the tabletop. Gen Con attendees can stop by our demo area to play a snippet encounter of this full adventure.
Ooh, I'm jealous of those fuckers.
And we've got an excerpt from
Luis Loza.
Luis Loza, yeah, creative director for Pathfinder. I'll read this bit entirely.
Of course.
And then you can take the next one.
Of course.
All right, so I've been playing Warframe on and off for many years now, 11 years according to the fun sigil I have in game. And I've always had a great time with it. There's not anything quite like jumping around at intense speeds, slamming down with Rhino's stomp, and completely obliterating a dozen enemies in the span of 2 seconds. It's those moments that keep me coming back again and again. I can hear you two giggling over this stuff.
I mean...
I don't know.
I mean, it's
Can I?
true.
They're not wrong. They're not wrong. Nothing is much more fun than seeing the enemies fly when, you know, when he made the big stomp. But continue.
So I see now they're being like, kind of, I'm receiving a distress signal from the Starfinder Society. Okay, so I don't know what possessed me to contact Reb Ford on that random Monday evening, but I suddenly felt a compulsion to reach out. I'm a creative director. She's a creative director. Maybe, just maybe, we could link up and make something cool happen. I was floored with how excited she was by me contacting her. A small meeting occurred shortly thereafter, and I could feel we were all giddy and excited to come together to make something happen. The only question was what we would be able to make. Wanted something out as quick as we could, but our publishing schedules weren't built with an unexpected collaboration in mind. Something could happen, but would have to be slim and precise. We landed on a brief taste for the universe of Warframe and a mashup between Starfinder and Warframe. I was fortunate enough to be asked to write a little adventure for this collaboration, and I got to work with the I have found the
Inimitable? I think that's...
inimitable, thank you, engineer, to make something cool happen. Bringing Warframe to the tabletop was a fun challenge, and I'd like to think I was able to translate the feeling of being on an in-game mission pretty well. Overall, this has been a super exciting and rewarding experience. Working with DE has been nothing but a dream so far, and I hope that everyone enjoys what we've put together. Until next time, Tenau.
And that's Luis Loza from the creative director of Pathfinder. Hiya, it's Jenny, creative manager of Starfinder. I'm not the one who came up with this awesome idea or clenched the idea with Reb, but Starfinder is my department, so I had to get involved at some point. Thurston and Louise arranged the collaboration, then suddenly told me that they needed me to develop a super secret crossover project. Of course, I was like, oh my god, yes, I'm in! See, Thirsty and I have played Warframe together quite a few times in the past. If you're curious about my history with Warframe, I'm a filthy casual with about 300 hours played in with my friends, on and off over a few years.
Yeah, that's casual by Warframe standards.
I just realized something. I don't think I remember how many hours I put into Warframe.
Here, let me take a look at mine.
I mean...
2643. 2,643.
You've been a
At least
busy
according to
boy.
Steam.
Hold on. Let's see. I have. Oh my god! It shows how much I've actually had this. But since I had this on Steam, I played it before it was ever on Steam. But since I've had it on Steam, 90.7 hours.
God, I am a week.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! I am. I think I'm the happy medium between both of y'all, but I think my hours are weak.
Yeah.
I'm like 600 hours. I'm like 601 hours into this game. I need help.
I am non-existent.
Looks at my near tooth game wasn't out. Warframe that scarcely has been touched in the 6.5. You know what? I'm actually curious. Call me curious and also tempting fate. Which among us, chat, which among us here has the longest hours played in Warframe? I'd like to know. Which among you here in chat has the longest hours played in Warframe? I'd like to know. Aside from you for
From what I can tell, the number to beat is mine at 26. We'll call it an even 2,600.
Okay, that's Steve's numbers. But anyways, let's actually go back. I play fashion frames, so I choose Warframes that based on aesthetics and vibes just as much as my play style. Oh wow,
Hey.
I feel kind of called out slightly. My favorites are Garuda, Jade, and Yareli. Anyway, I never imagined I'd get to work with Digital Extremes to create an official crossover for their game. It makes perfect sense though. Starfinder 2nd Edition and Warframe really mesh. I can't wait for you all to play what Lewis cooked up for you and experience Warframe in tabletop form, combined with Starfinder 2nd Edition rules. That's Jenny Jarzabski from the creative manager of Starfinder. Okay.
Yeah, that track's still fine.
Let's see. Do you want to take this one, honey?
Yeah, sure. Let me see. Thurston, where it starts?
Yeah. You two might be familiar with Thurston because he's been around a little bit. And I want to say you might know him from all the stuff he's done together with not only Zoran, but also like the...
I think he was with Alpha Boost's team, right?
Alpha Busa. Yeah, Alpha Busa. Yeah. Alpha Busa.
Thurston Hillman, Paizo Associate Publisher here. In Warframe, I am a longtime Caliban mate. Oh, you poor soul.
Hey, Caliban got better!
He got better, and he's great now, but...
Caliban got better! Caliban got better!
did.
Okay.
Oh, wait. This is an inside joke. I was actually a Valkyr main for years, but started started saying this as soon as Caliban was. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. He's familiar with the meme. Okay. So there I was at Gen Con chatting with Luis when he mentioned this fun idea of reaching out to Reb Ford at Digital Dyslexia about doing something with Starfinder and Warframe. I said, absolutely, you should go and do that. Cut to a few months later when I'm sitting in a call with Reb and other from Digital Extremes and excitedly chatting about potential opportunities together, hearing that several creative leads at Digital Extremes were in the same Rise of the Rune Lords campaign brought it full circle. As many of us at Pizarro are avid fans of Paizo are avid fans of Warframe. From that initial meeting onwards, the collaboration has been a joy to work on, and both sides sharing our excitement and of our respective properties. We're working together to make this product that we can't wait to share with both our communities. Thurston Hillman, associated publisher and longtime Caliban main. He's committed. He's committed to the bit. I respect him for that.
So, the only thing I have to flex for Warframe is the fact that I was there when Loki was a starter.
So was I.
And I picked Loki. And I still have Loki. And then someone just handed me a Loki Prime. I didn't have to do shit for it. I was just given Loki Prime. That was it.
I was in the tail end of those days when Loki was a starter. I was around back when we had to equip our abilities as mods.
Oh my god, that was a thing, wasn't it?
God, that was the thing, wasn't it? Yeah.
Like, to make really niche builds and such, and very optimized ones, you had literally had to give up some of your abilities to build up other ones.
I was not really there. I was in phase 2 of Warframe's development system where when I started off this game, I came out of a pod.
Yeah, you did come out of a pod. We just crawled out of the void in the stars and like, okay, let's go wreck shit. Literally, that was our map. We didn't have a ship.
Yeah. Yep. Just sat in the middle of a void, in the middle of a star map. Oh boy, that was before the movement changes too, and all that.
That was when coptering was still a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're bringing back coptering, right?
Honey, the slide dash is the new coptering.
10+ years Warframe veteran, says Fornea. Oh.
Sits on the Saren main before her re-record her. Oh. Saren, poor lass.
Hey,
she's still good. She's just very niche now.
I mean.
Anyway, hey Fornea, I love you.
I mean, I'm still flabbergasted that if you put 2 Sarens in the same room, there's already beef that starts to happen.
Yeah. Is that a Saren main I hear in the background?
Yes, and my girlfriend, and yeah, we're in the same room. I know. I simply said hi to her, but even though she's right there next to me.
Ah, that is adorable.
Yeah. Do not associate her with that word ever.
What?
She does not like it. She does not like it.
Something flew over my head. What?
It's mine too. Don't worry.
Do not associate adorable with her. She does not like it.
You know what?
Can we use similes of said word?
Say gorgeous at the very least.
Okay. Moving on.
anyways, now on to Warframe's side of them releasing about this news. Warframe and Starfinder.
And it is it is next to nothing looking at this, so this will be quick.
Warframe and Starfinder venture into Operation Aureus this October. Prepare for a new mission. Warframe is coming to Starfinder's role-playing game, and oh my lord, that is as meager as a eunuch's underpants. Okay.
Hey yo. Okay.
Yeah.
Prepare to reach
Yep,
far
yep.
beyond. Prepare to reach far beyond the Origin System's boundaries, Tenno. We're happy to announce a collaboration with an award-winning tabletop role-playing game publisher Paizo to bring Warframe into the Starfinder role-playing game this October. Starfinder blends sci-fi and fantasy into a rich tabletop RPG experience, and soon you'll be able to guide your own very own Tenno through its universe. This collaboration features a cover into an intro page artwork by Silvia Barrega Pedregal, or Brigid, and an introduction by the Keengineer. For more details on how to purchase this thing, please head to this link over here. And oh look, Valkyr's heirloom skin's right available.
I mean, I'm looking at it right now, to be fair.
All I could say about that heirloom
Okay,
skin is that they really caked her up. Anyways,
She was already caked, huh? And they just made it more apparent.
I don't think. I mean, I know we're taking a small tangent, but have you seen Warframe's? Have you seen Valkyr's new look? Have you seen that ass?
Honey, I am looking at that ass as we speak.
I kind of want to make a D&D character that's based on this. Anyways.
Do it. Do it, coward.
I will do it. It's just that timing is not
can
been nice.
I find it hilarious that I can hear you from my girlfriend's headset. Anyway.
Is that right?
Anyway, moving on. I'd like to just cover this one in general because
course.
I'm going to have to correct a handful of things, basically here and there. Paizo's sci-fi D&D rival Starfinder. First and foremost, there's a lot to address with that. but I'm
There's a
gonna
lot to
stop
unpack here.
there.
There's a lot to unpack here.
D&D doesn't have anything equivalent to Starfinder. They used to. They had Dragonstar, but I guess that was Fantasy Flight that did that for them.
They
Either
had what?
way, Dragonstar. That definitely was full sci-fi with fantasy elements. But that's another thing altogether. But yeah, quote-unquote Paizo's sci-fi D&D rival Starfinder is getting a module based on MMO Warframe. I suppose Warframe is an MMO? It's hard to say. Anyway.
I mean, it kinda is.
Kinda.
Yeah. I'll admit it's massively multiplayer, but it also is very instanced. So, who knows? Hey, if you can call Monster Hunter an MMO, you can call Warframe an MMO. We're good. In the wake of 1999, Paizo's sci-fi RPG Starfinder is getting a brand new Warframe-inspired module, and we've got all the details. To be clear, Warframe 1999 is what they're talking about. Starfinder wasn't anywhere. It did not exist in 1999. Pathfinder didn't exist in 1999.
No.
But yeah. Anyway. It's very rare that I see a video game collaboration that I'm actually excited about. This is written by Lauren Bergen, apparently. Once upon a time, there was a certain novelty to seeing Doomfist run around as One Punch Man in Overwatch 2, or watching Diablo 4's Lilith duke it out with Nicki Minaj, whoever that is.
Nicki Minaj.
What?
Nicki
Nicki
Minaj, thank you very much.
What?
In Call of Duty Warzone. Now,
What?
however, it's all grown
what?
a bit stale.
Oh my god, what the hell?
Why am I? Excuse me. Watching Diablo 4's Lilith duke it out with Nicki Minaj in Call of Duty Warzone. There's a lot to unpack here.
Excuse the fuck out of me?
What?
This is a tangent. Let us move on.
Fair enough.
Now, however, it's all grown a bit stale. There's skin lines and new cosmetics, but it all feels a little surface level. Like, we can have Fortnite to probably thank for that. Who knows?
I never even played Fortnite.
But anyway, yeah. But there's a light at the end of this skeptical tunnel. At TennoCon 2025, Digital Extremes announced that Starfinder is getting a brand new Warframe 1999 inspired module later this year. Maybe, just maybe, there are some good collabs out there after all. Goodness gracious. Anyway, thrusting you into the chaotic world of Warframe 1999, the MMORPG's last big update. Okay, I will take the MMO part. But RPG, do you think this is an RPG?
Not in the traditional standard. It is an MMO, an RPG in the sense that you can change your character's builds and such in order to do different things, like different classes and such.
The closest thing I can think
you
of.
can do that in Call of Duty.
The thing I think the closest thing I could think of when it comes to the role play aspect is when you had to make the choices that the game provides you when it comes to certain quest lines and whatnot.
True, but until 1999, those choices never really amounted to much.
And Fernea says it has powered progression. I will concede to the point. We will drop that for now, and I will simply say fair enough. So, the MMORPG's last big update. You'll be able to play as 4 of the game's proto-frames. Humans, while infected with the same virus as Warframes, have retained their fleshy form. There's the Hex's enigmatic leader, Arthur, and his second in command. How do you pronounce
Owie.
that? You probably heard
Owie.
Owie. As well as Speed Demon Amir and Battle Medic
Leticia. Yep.
Leticia, thank you. Better known as Letty. The module tasks you with facing off against what appears to be the Corpus, a hostile merchant faction that scavenges old parts and resells them at a premium. It's a slight switch up from the Major Rasulka, I guess. Rasulka and her Skaldra?
Yep.
Skaldra. And DE is quick to highlight that the Starfinder module isn't canon in any way. So not only not canon for Starfinder, but also not canon for Warframe.
No.
But it's a fun thing to do. It's a fun side story to do, basically.
And the best part is, there's nothing stopping you from taking whatever builds they use for these pre-made characters and putting them in any other Starfinder campaign.
Kind of, sort of. It largely comes down to whether or not the GM is willing to allow it. This is very important to a lot of stuff. Anyway, this is a standalone adventure being released by Paizo, authored by them and edited by us using our IP. Digital Extremes community developer Connor Newman tells me in an exclusive TennoCon interview. It's very similar to a lot of the single 20 to 24 page publications that Paizo has released in the past, where you get a single 4 to 6 hour session and you have pre-made characters, an adventure with a beginning, middle, and end, all within the Warframe universe. As aforementioned, you'll be playing as Arthur, Owie, Amir, and Letty, but they have their own unique proto-frame classes, quote unquote, that don't immediately slot into the game's existing roster. It's not as fleshed out as what a single class from Starfinder would be, but it kind of gives some inspiration for how you might take those mechanics and transfer them to other characters. So, for instance, we've recreated shields from Warframe, where you can take damage, but your shields recharge over time. And of course, there's bullet jumping. You've got to have bullet jumping. We had to translate that into a movement mechanic in the game that all 4 of these pre-generated characters have. From there, you can very easily copy and paste your own favorite Warframe and work with your DM to create and play your own fictionalized proto-frame in whatever universe you want. But as with any tabletop RPG, there's always going to be a favorite class, or in this case, proto-frame. I ask Newman who the front runner is at the moment, and the answer hardly comes as a shock. From playtesting, Arthur seems to be very strong. He laughs. I mean, who wouldn't want to roleplay as Ben Starr for a few hours?
I think, if unless I'm mistaken, Ben Starr might be his voice actor? Or not?
Also, it might be his face model too.
Hang on, let me look it
Might
up.
also be the face model too. Anyway, Letty brings something very unique to the table. She's the only one with no damaging abilities, but she can play a really strong supportive role. As a bard or cleric player in D&D, I think I know who I'll be going for. If Starfinder's Warframe module sounds right up your alley, Digital Extremes has confirmed that it's set to launch in October 2025. It'll also be playable at Gen Con later this month. Are you excited about Starfinder's new collab? If you are, go onto Discord, yada yada. Alternatively, if you, like me, love Starfinder's high fantasy sibling Pathfinder, check out our rundown of all the Pathfinder classes, yada yada. If you're into D&D, here's the D&D run, so on and so forth.
So, yeah. So Letty it is said that Letty is going to be a supportive role. You know, given that she is a proto-frame of Trinity, it does make a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't think Runia actually caught up on that part yet, huh, when it comes to the proto-frames.
Yeah, but I don't really care about spoilers, so you can discuss as much as you would like to. Oh, okay. No, Fornea does, so...
Well, the least I could do is describe what, a brief rundown on what, on who they are and what proto-frames are they based on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, let me go ahead and actually, now, in the game, in the particular quest that is Warframe 1999, you will get to meet a group that is called the Hex, if you will, where they are actually the proto-frames that are introduced in this said setting. As what the module has been said, you get to play as there is Arthur, who is the proto-frame of Excalibur. You got Owie. Oh, yes, sorry.
Just a high melee damage, somewhat tanky.
Mm-hmm. You get his second in command, Owie, who is the proto-frame of Mag.
Yep. Very much a caster.
Very much a caster, just like me.
Yes.
And according to Steve, she also has a bubblier personality that's also similar to me.
Absolutely.
Yes. And then you got Amir, which is the one with the glasses right here. He is the proto-frame of Volt.
Yeah. Also a caster, but very much a... while Owie's more of a support caster, Amir would be more of a damage caster.
He is known as the technician of the group.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Letty, or Leticia, as they actually talked about into that said book. She is the proto-frame of Trinity, and just like Trinity, she is the medic of the group.
She's also a spicy Latina.
Yep. And then you got Eleanor, who is Arthur's sister. She is the proto-frame of Nyx.
Psychic.
And last,
However, both Eleanor and Cyto 9 will not be part of this adventure, it seems.
unfortunately, but just like Warframe, it did four options to play, just like a party requires 4 in order to complete a mission in Warframe. And then finally, you got Quincy. He is the proto frame of one of the latest Warframes that came out, Saito 9. He is the sniper of the group.
And the one you're currently thirsting for.
Hey!
Anyway, I think that's good enough to just leave it at that.
For the moment.
I don't want to get into too many details about what, the whole segment of this story is about quite yet. It's something to lead into, but it is interesting to see these folks here.
And sorry.
The only thing I will only ask is that Protoframe seems to tell me that it is not quite a Warframe.
Not
like this
quite.
Is incomplete.
They have all the abilities of Warframes, and they still have their personalities intact. But I will say they are very much on borrowed time. They will not stay like this forever. Eventually, the frame will take over. As far as I understand.
Understood. So it is basically, how do I put it? A stage before full Warframe.
Yes, and they have been essentially forcefully stopped into this stage.
Due to shenanigans that happen in that said quest, which we will not say. Those who are still catching up into Warframe, wherever you are in the storyline of that said game, you're in for a treat, and I hope you also have a packet of tissues nearby for any tears that come with it.
So, with that said, that's pretty much most of the information we have currently at this time. Now, we're probably going to geek out a little moment for this because, again, some of us have played Warframe, some of us are tabletop nerds, and a number of us are both. Now, I know Miki, at the very least, has played Pathfinder before. I'm not sure about 2nd edition.
No, not 2nd edition. You are the one who introduced me into tabletop RPGs, and I will always be forever. I will forever be grateful for it. If in fact, somewhere down the line, I am considering actually drawing out that said character, Well, more like making a whole new image because, well, I am very guilty of not being able to keep the first image of that said character. But anyway, it will be fixed. Just give me some time.
Anyway, if you want to sit down and recreate that character in 2nd edition, let me know.
Of course. I mean, if my memory serves right, you still have my character sheet for that said character, Minea, remember?
Yes. I'm unsure if I have access to it though. I'm gonna make an attempt.
All right.
But either case,
into your hands I commit my spirit.
Because Mythweaver's been kind of a
Is it being a bumbus again?
It hasn't been. It definitely wants to just drop what it's been doing and shove things into another system, and it's like, how do you transfer? And it's like, here's this 12-step process. I'm like, ugh.
Oh. But yeah, going back onto the bit of the topic, I am stupidly looking forward to the upcoming collaboration when it comes to Warframes, if you will,
Yeah, this might actually be my gateway into because I've played Starfinder before, like pre-made characters. I don't exactly remember like everything about it, but I do remember at least having a good time.
And this will actually get me to maybe, who knows, maybe this will be the game that will help me reintroduce into Pathfinder, but, well, more into Starfinder, if you will. Because I do want to play this. I really do. I am a person who loves Warframe and TTRPGs. what could possibly stop me to do so?
Certainly.
I'm probably gonna drag Rooney through Warframe. I have catch up to do as well. Wait a minute. Rooney,
Yeah.
I got a better question. Hold on. Let me ask you a very good question. Where did you last left off in
Okay.
Warframe? Quickly.
I am trying to get to second dream. I see that look.
Would you kindly repeat that? Would you kindly repeat that?
Oh, Jesus. You got her attention.
I thought you were like a little bit more ahead, but you're still haven't reached the second dream.
I thought you at least beat the
No, I
second
have
dream.
not.
Ah!
Nope.
I will
I
drag.
already said this earlier this.
Alright, Fornia, this is a direct request. Drag her
Fornia.
through Warframe, kicking and screaming if you must.
Please do, because she's missing out so much. She really is missing out so much.
Would you like me to bite her? I will leave that up to your own judgment.
I mean, look. This is a sex-positive place. This is a sex-positive place. I mean, sure, yeah, okay, go. It's just that I am still flabbergasted that my best friend for almost 20 years, for almost 15 years, has not reached the second dream. I am so.
You have. Oh, wow! It is not often I hear you this flustered.
This is going to. I swear, I am going to go back and clip this entire thing.
Do it.
Several clips, even.
I have so
Make it
many
into a whole
words.
highlight, you coward.
Look, oh boy. I am going to help that where look, Runia, somewhere down the line, you and I, look, Runia, look, somewhere down the line, when you get back into Warframe, I am saying this very kindly. Like please pretend I do not put both of my hands on your shoulder, like I'm making you stay.
Well, better than around her shoulders than around her neck.
Listen.
Listen, you moving your model to bring your face to my model here is still hilarious.
Listen, I have reasons to be this a little bit concerned. There is so much Warframe has changed over time. I mean, I'm a little bit super stoked. I think I'm gonna have an aneurysm. Okay, but listen, somewhere down the line, we're gonna find some time to actually we're actually gonna do Warframe, you know? That also includes your girlfriend. Let's make it a double date. Why not?
Fuck it, we ball.
We'll help you progress through some of the quests in Warframe, okay? We'll make this work. Absolutely, we'll make this thing work. I apologize for crashing out, chat. This is fine. I am perfectly okay.
Are you sure about that?
Positive. I am peachy keen.
Okay.
How do your veins
So,
I mean, it's not like you also missed out when it comes to seeing Fortuna in Venus. So at least there's that. You have not missed out Fortuna in Venus, right?
Oh, Lord.
yeah.
I get the feeling you are lying, ma'am.
Yeah, about that.
Raise your ears, folks.
Yeah, we're fixing that. We're fixing that. We're definitely gonna fix that.
Are we spending the rest of the stream dragging her through the soul system?
Most likely, but that's only with Runia's consent, because this is not me who is stupidly.
Oh, I don't think
eager.
any consent is going to be brought into this when Fornea gets. I will keep
Lord.
you in the know.
That would be appreciated, ma'am.
Apparently, Runia does not live with us. For shame. Oh. Oh. Oh my God, I'm tearing up from the laughter. Jesus Christ.
Breathe!
I'm
I
trying to breathe.
Oh,
I'm trying to breathe.
okay, I was bitten like 5 times by Fornea. Your revenge is had.
Thank you for your service. We greatly appreciate it.
Ma'am, we have never spoken, but know this, you are appreciated.
Ah. Oh my Lord. I'm foul. Oh, there's.
Are you sure? Because I'm not.
I am. I'm doing the best I can. Rudy doesn't fit my job.
Lift. Really doesn't lift my god.
Okay. I am not. Okay, I'm calming down now. Okay.
Are you sure about that?
Positive.
So, like,
Okay.
So, getting back to excitements and stuff.
Mhm.
Also, what this means for both companies.
That means
Like, for
if-
one,
Oh, sorry.
this is basically Digital Extremes branching out a little bit. Like, apart from Warframe itself, what other things do you think they have produced that isn't directly tied to the game? Like, it's a thought. Like, let's check to see if they have a store.
You mean like Digital Extremes or
Yeah.
You think there might be
Digital
a
Extremes in
Starfinder
particular.
You think the crossover might then go the other way, whereas Starfinder stuff being in Warframe?
I'm probably not, but this is largely for the fact that, let's see, like, Warframe. Like, we'll not talk about Soulframe yet. That's fascinating in of itself. But Warframe, largely when you, like, when you look at stuff you buy, it's largely all stuff that funnels into, just Warframe itself. Yes, I know Dark Sector.
Oh yeah, Dark
I remember that
Sector.
game. I own that game. Like, but
I
yeah,
do, I
like
do
you
play
look at
it.
the store. There's Platinum and Bundles. There's like Gemini Collection. What is that? And like, yeah, no, it's just more game stuff inside of that you can just buy for this. They don't have any additional things like like keychains or dice or things like that. Like,
Would you suppose that it will
Like,
actually
they
end
don't-
up in the official merch?
uh,
Okay, apparently not. But
okay. So yeah, okay. So they do have some other, merch outside of that. I stand corrected. But this is the first time there's something else to interact with the universe of Warframe other than the game itself. I feel like,
Chef's kiss and that milk here.
unless somehow they somehow have like a board game or something around the corner I'm not seeing.
I think the closest we've gotten ever, is, to my knowledge anyway, is like the Quake franchise and such.
Yeah.
Wait, where?
But yeah.
Quake.
Also, Miki, have you heard of the Devil from
What?
Frame Uriel? I have, and I'm actually looking forward to that. just as much as I'm also looking forward to the Proto Wisp that's coming out, and I'm actually half tempted to join in the ranks of my fellow brethren.
Fortnite corrects with Unreal Tournament, not quite. Digital Extremes made Unreal Tournament. That makes sense. Anyway, so yeah, this is definitely Warframe branching out a little bit. Plus, as they said, they are fans of Paizo's stuff and Pathfinder. The fact that they get to do this with them over Starfinder is, something phenomenal to them. With that said, Pathfinder technically is in a bit of a shaky, ground for themselves.
What's wrong
Namely,
with
for
them?
the fact that largely their biggest claim to fame is that they are a competitor to D&D. And while D&D is technically hemorrhaging people at this point because of, the whole OGL thing and, the new rework of the rules bringing almost nothing to the table, and even throwing a number of things out.
It's
Pathfinder has a good Pathfinder kind of is gaining some ground here, but it is still considered it's still compared to D&D every time, and it's not considered like a standalone thing or just simply like, hey, if you like D&D, you'll like this. And to be fair, it's hard to unseat that giant, to say the least. But getting the attention of people through a collaboration like this turns some heads. This definitely brings them further out into the mainstream. Because Warframe is nothing small.
It's not. It's a game that has built over itself time and time again. It is the game that is the gift that keeps on giving. And to see them that they're actually collaborating with Starfinder to create this standalone adventure, of course it actually is starting to draw some attention to this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Really.
Daggerheart is D&D,
And
but so
to say
much better. Yeah, I mean, I've yet to actually try that thing out.
I have heard about it and whatnot, and Daggerheart is an interesting direction. I wouldn't say better, but it's definitely more narrative. Which, for some people, that's better. Pathfinder and Starfinder kind of go in the direction of, let us establish firm ground rules that you can build yourself on top of. And some people are intimidated by that. And it's one of those things that because the ground rules are so solid, especially compared to D&D in its current form, everything else that is connected to it is, flows very well. If you understand one particular concept or a particular tag, every time you see it come up, you immediately go, it does that.
Believe it or not, I think
So yeah.
part of me wants to actually give Starfinder a chance, just so I can actually prepare myself for tackling Operation Aureus when it finally does come out. It's just that I know that compared to, I have been a Dungeons and Dragons player for such a long time, and if I want to try out Starfinder, it has to be something akin to a one-shot, so I can actually have an idea on how the rules work.
Well,
Whoa, you okay?
Yeah, just had I had something stuck. I had a little frog.
Okay.
So yeah, the full rules for Starfinder 2e aren't quite out yet. That's like at I believe the end of August.
So basically a month.
But yeah. That said, the playtest rules are still out, and they're fun to play with regardless. And a lot of what will come out in the official book will largely be some tightening up of a lot of stuff that was a part of the playtest. So it would still be a good thing to hit the ground running with, and I can grab one of the other modules that came with the playtest, and we could just run that for a bit. That's a thought. Like, no need to decide here and now. Like,
Well, it is indeed a thought because maybe it's just me who's actually thinking a little bit differently, if and creatively, if you will. I want to make myself a character that I could actually see myself playing in both systems on either D&D and Pathfinder. Sure, the rules are going to be different, but this is still going to be the same character in a sense. Does that make more sense?
Yeah.
oh yeah,
I mean, as for me, like I would like this to be essentially my gateway into things like Starfinder and then Pathfinder. And what I would like to see is essentially be able to take at least portions of what's in this thing and transfer it over to like a proper game.
And
Like, say, for example, abilities or the way the classes work.
right. Now,
and
now this is something that has been mentioned on and off, and especially by the people involved in this. But they have said that if this is popular enough, more stuff will be created. Likely will happen. Like, not necessarily guaranteed to happen, but if there is enough people who enjoy this, who get a hold of it, and it just becomes popular, or at least popular enough, it can get an expansion on, so to speak.
And I actually do want to see them do more because
Yeah.
I really want to give Operation Orias a chance. I want to see what this module is about. I actually can't wait to actually enjoy and have some fun.
Yeah. And the fact that they tied it to Starfinder is also very, very big. Like, many people have already made this error as we were talking here, that Starfinder is Pathfinder in space, and it's like, no. If it was Pathfinder in space, Warframe wouldn't have worked.
And you made it clear why Starfinder is a far different beast than Pathfinder. They just happen to share the same company that built them.
Pretty much. Technically the same universe, divided by time periods. Now, not to say that they probably will not interact in any way. Like, there are things in both Pathfinder and I think upcoming Starfinder that involve, time travel happened. You can be someone wildly out of place in either point in the lore.
I think I might have a character in mind for Starfinder. For a Starfinder one shot. Something I have tried to make her. Something I have made her once, but unfortunately, the one shot that I tried playing her with did not turn out very well. I am considering that somewhere down the line, would it be possible for me to create a half simian-like character for Starfinder?
Okay, so I feel that this is a point that I need to showcase what you've got going for you in Starfinder.
Okay.
Okay, so hold on a second. I am going to pull something up, and I'm also going to stop my own music here because I don't want you to have to listen to this.
Fair enough. Monkey bio? Yes, yes.
Monkey.
Look, for those who are, I'll try my best to explain. All right. So let me just switch on my my Clip Studio for a bit, so that chat will actually have an idea what I'm talking about. Long ago, practically almost several years back, I had made this character that was supposed to be for a GURPS one-shot, which is this character right here. She is...
Wendy, right?
Wanda. But yes.
Oh, Wanda.
She is to be a nurse who actually a nurse who once upon a time was a talented gymnast, but an injury had caused her to lose that dream, and therefore she became a nurse since to actually make up with that. I'm considering on making this character something akin to D&D, but I can't help but wonder if I could actually make this one for Starfinder.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now, that said, I am sharing my screen with you for a moment here because there are some probably things you need to at least see. Now,
Okay.
the monkey part, easy enough to do. There are definitely probably some upcoming species you can play as with that, but more importantly, it is compatible with Pathfinder.
Okay.
So that means that the Venara that exist in Pathfinder, who basically are Song Wukong-like people,
Oh!
Okay.
like, do exist, like, and are readily available for you to use.
Hold on.
Now, Starfinder has a number of type of character classes to play. The core book is going to include 4, and there's a technology book later that is going to include 2 others. First up, we have the Witch Warper. They are basically like. Hold on a second, it's going to take a moment to load.
Hold on a second.
But yeah, Witch Warpers basically are spellcasters that are defined by the fact that they are an anomaly. How are they anomalous? There are various reasons why. They could be out of step with time. They probably come from an alternate universe. They could have been, touched something related to the gap, and it has affected them. Or no, why? No, hold on a second. That's not a character. Okay,
Is
hold
being
on
a
a second.
goober?
Yeah, it's being silly with me. Like,
Please be
here we go.
please be patient for Runia. It's it apparently the side of her head is a little bit funky.
Yeah, it's a little funky. For some reason, it didn't impress on me that was supposed to be a pre-made, not a thing, a character description here. I need to zoom this in. Not that far, 33. Thought I'd do the trick.
Too close. A little too close.
Yeah. So, key attribute intelligence. You've got 8+ hit points. Let's see. Then stuff of like what you might be, what kind of character you might be, like, and largely they run off of basically just there being an anomaly, more or less, that they can grab hold of stuff from parallel universes or alternate timelines, that kind of stuff, and affect the battlefield that way. Like, hey, you're fighting in this open field. Well, guess what? It is now a rocky crag.
Oh.
Like, they just, like, imagine, if you will, Bioshock Infinite and Elizabeth. That shit right there.
Oh!
All of that nonsense.
Huh.
Then, of course, you have the soldier. And you might be saying, well, why do we have a soldier if we have a fighter?
What's the difference?
And there's a very big difference. Now, the fighter does really good with fighting.
Meanwhile,
But the soldier is very much an expert equipment user, to say the least. They're definitely constitution based, but they basically are like, anyone can fire a gun. They can basically turn a gun into an AoE attack.
Okay.
Like they have different how can I put it? Let's see. Yeah, they can do stuff like suppressing fire. They can do primary targets. Like when make an area attack with a. When you make an attack with an area effect weapon, you can choose a single creature to be the center point of an attack, and make a ranged strike. Ignore the unwieldy trait. Yada yada. Yeah, and if you successfully hit, target rolls a success, they get a failure instead, kind of deal. It's basically you make your equipment that much more impactful. Also, there are fighting styles such as Action Hero, Armor Storm, Bombard, Close Quarters, Erudite Warrior,
I
which
mean,
basically is like, hey, they're really good at socializing.
these are actually not bad. It's just that
Yeah.
What could be the closest thing to that of a medic class when it comes to Starfinder?
Okay, so we've got a few things here. Now, a part of me wants to say Mystic.
Okay.
Although Mystic is pretty much that, like, something akin to both, how do I put it, cleric and druid sort of thing.
I'm listening.
Alright, so. Forming bonds with their closest allies, the Mystic is a wisdom-based class that fulfills the role of battlefield healer and spellcaster. They access a vitality network that acts as a floating pool of hit points that they can transfer to the bonded allies, allowing them to spot heal in a pinch. Able to access the divine, occult, and primal traditions via the selected connection. The Mystic is also an incredible versatile spellcaster who spontaneously casts spells and make decisions on the fly. Play the Mystic if you want to play a class that provides a new spin on the healer concept while also giving you a strong selection of spell traditions and the ability to create close bonds with your party members.
Huh.
And that's if you want the magical option. Now, the flip side, I'm pretty sure the operative would be the more, I'd say not mechanical, but more technical option. I'm going to double check this. Yeah. I'm gonna double check. Let's see.
The medicine skill exists, and you can just treat wounds with it. Ah!
Yes. You can use the medicine skill itself can heal. It isn't simply, yes, stabilize someone, or stop them from bleeding, or stop them from being poisoned. It very much is 10 minutes, heal this much. You're good. Let's see, you also have operative specialization here. Ghost, Infiltrator, Skirmisher, Sniper, Striker. Probably not operative then.
Well,
I apologize
is
for that.
definitely up there, but thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
I'd say, other than that, there's Envoy, but Envoy is a little more out there, charismatic, and almost space bard, really. It's like, except if they had a Twitter account. I suppose not a Twitter. Blue Sky.
So
Let's go with Blue Sky. Social media.
Yeah.
So you're saying they're a live streamer who live streams directly from the pilot seat?
Kinda, yeah.
Except say,
with
hi,
the
this
fantasy-
is Rick coming to you live from the skies of Qatar.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah. To be fair, they are technically more of a leader type as well. Like this is the thing of like, Envoy is a class that lets players live the fantasy of supporting allies without the need of magic. So excel at directing their allies and party members, granting powerful buffs that improve if the Envoy performs actions that fulfill a lead by example clause. This might be simple, like dominating and striking a foe, or more intricate, based on your selected leadership style and involving actions like raising a shield or a specific action. Or skill action, sorry.
Take care, Bio.
So, yeah. So, technically a smooth talker, but seems to have stuff based off of skills. Let me see what we got here. Envoy directive. Get him! Let's see, social mastermind, leadership style, from the front, from the shadows, guns blazing, in the spotlight, hotshot, infosphere director, through desperate times, which has medicine here.
Oh. You gain battle medicine as a bonus feat and administer first aid battle. Ah.
Yeah. You
Okay.
stepped up to lead during difficult times. It's your job to help your team live to see another day. Luckily, you have the skills that can save the lives of others in a pinch. Your life might be plagued by a traumatic event. Perhaps you fought in some notorious battle. Your allies trust your instincts because of the event that defined you. Letting them down is out of the question. Like, so yeah, if you want it to be a little more conventional medicine, this would be a pretty solid direction to go in. Although that does mean that you're probably going to have to be front and center on, I want to say, socializing.
Fair enough. I don't. As much as I want to continue more, but we are actually out of time.
Yes, this is very much a point. I'm going to see if someone we were looking to raid is in fact available. Like,
Of course. But hey, we did actually talk about the good points when it comes to this upcoming collab project, and I am actually very much looking forward to this and how it's going to be. But I also hope somewhere down the line you also made some progress when it comes to Warframe.
I hope so too.
I hope so too, because if you're gonna plan to host this for us, there might be a chance that it might talk about significant points. Thank you. Thank you.
When you cannot convince the one in question, convince the spouse. Then they can definitely convince them.
Wow, spouse. That's interesting that you kind of put us in that direction. Like, let's see. I hope so anyway. Like, but yeah. It looks like Molotov is not quite up and running. Ah, right, because it's 5:30, not 5. Ooh. I'd say yeah. Didn't realize you had that kind of power side.
Neither did I. I mean, if you're looking to keep up the D&D / tabletop train, there's Phoebe.
There is that. We can also check out Life Forcer. They were here a little while ago. They're playing The Sinking City.
How do you spell that name?
Life Forcer.
Hold on. Okay. Life Forcer. Is that correct?
Yep.
So I'll just make my usual Innkeeper raid message, and I'll use the House Gremlin and Flowers emote. Why not? I truly do appreciate that you guys came by here today and actually watched this collab happen. We actually had a lot of fun here today. Join me by Wednesday as we actually get to continue a little bit more of our fun here. There's gonna be another art stream there. I hope to actually see you there, you guys. Until
Oh my
then,
god.
Yes?
Just looking, Call of Duty does have fucking Lilith in it, and it's also got an angel.
I have so many questions. And thank you so
You're
very
not
much.
alone.
And you're very welcome, Red Blue Fire. Until then, may all have a good night. May all eat well and rest well. I hope to see you guys next time in the Paper Plane Inn. Take care!